Okay, so you've done your research, you've decided on your project niche, you've decided on the project type. In our case, we're creating an ebook. We've gone through our actual sheet, we're putting together who's going to be doing what. So we've got an idea, the timescales involved. So we're now into the setup phase, and the things we want to look at now is basically time management, making sure we're managing our time, so what we set out and our plan we stick to, so at least we've got some kind of guide that we're working to. We want to put a freelance project bid together if it's relevant to content that we're outsourcing, or we get in touch with a mini site designer if we're booking for him or her to do a design for us. If we're going to use a webmaster to piece things together, we want to get in touch and start the conversation going with them, preparing time in their diary so they're ready to put it together for us. We want to put a schedule date on a calendar, perhaps a note on our wall of when our launch date is going to be, and we have a countdown to that day. So we're treating it like a proper business, and we're piecing everything together. So we're actually pushing ourselves along to actually release that product. You then want to start the beginning, if you like, your in-house parts, so that you're starting to manage yourself on the pieces of the puzzle that you're going to fit in for yourself. And I'll take you back here. As you can see, here's our project, a list that we did and we created, and we've got in-house against our images. So you've got an idea already. If you've given the article titles to your freelance provider, you've written out what they're going to be doing, you know the types of subjects, you can start now scouring for images that are relevant that you could be using and quoting in your book. Even websites that you want to quote from. The sales copy you can start to tweak and write now, because you've got an idea, you've written out the titles, what your book's going to consist of. You know in your head by doing the research the type of headlines you're going to be using, so you can start to write your sales copy. Your autoresponder account, we've got that down here, that we're doing that in-house as well. We're going to write the autoresponder copy, we've decided, so we can start writing the autoresponder copy. Now that could either be if you're going to give away a free report and sell it that way, it could be the lead up and how you're going to keep pushing people through your funnel. If they don't buy today, maybe you're going to sell it to them later. It could also be the autoresponder series on what's going out as a follow-up process. So the people have made a purchase, you want to make those upsells, remember, those back on sales. So what is your autoresponder copy going to be in relation to that? You can start preparing that and writing that. You also might have an affiliate autoresponder series. Not everybody's doing this, but it's actually something I've seen a couple of marketers use to great effect. And that is when you write and put together a product and you have affiliate tools in place, get your affiliates to sign up to an affiliate newsletter related to that product, and then have an autoresponder series in place that starts preparing your affiliates and nudging them. Have you promoted yet? Have you thought about using this? Here's some more free tools on my blog you can cut and paste. Here's a video on YouTube you could use to send to your list to entice them. All those sorts of things. You could put that all pre-prepared in an autoresponder series for your affiliates, so that they then get that material and get reminded to go out. Because at the end of the day, don't forget, some affiliates are extremely busy and they're promoting lots and lots of products. So they might be promoting 20 or 30 products in the course of a month, and they could easily forget yours that they've signed up to promote it. Just by you giving them a nudge, they might then go back, revisit and go, oh yes, I wanted to promote this product. It looks really great and I'd like to go ahead. And you've now reminded them. So even writing an affiliate autoresponder series might be a good step to take. Free giveaway report, if you're going to write that, you can start putting that together. You can start preparing, like buying the domain name, getting the hosting account ready, and setting all that up as well, so it's ready, a holder page ready for your launch of your product. All the things that you need to be doing in-house, start preparing that as well. Then you want to hop over to your freelance form, if that's the case, if you're going to put a bid together. Now I'm just going to go showing you a sample one here, and I've actually included this as well in your resources. There's a Word document that's just a cheat sheet that gives you a sample, exactly this sample here that I've written out, where I'm looking to recruit article content writers. I've given it, you can just copy and paste it and amend it to your needs as you see fit, but it's there so you can use it if you like. And all I've done is we've said excellent article writers with attention to detail, so we're telling people straight away we're looking for quality here. And then we've given the description, excellent quality article writers needed, possible ongoing work for high-class reliable workers, simple requirements, 20 articles written in 2 niches, which will give you a total of 40 articles. Each article is to be as follows: 450 to 550 words in length, needs to be unique, we'll do copy check, we'll do spell checked, it needs to be spell checked, grammar checked, human researched and written, so we don't want just some robot written articles, links to at least 5 niche sites that you've used for your research. We're asking for proof of research here in their summary report. It needs to be in US English, so I've put here that I don't want it in UK English. I might want it in UK English. Again, adapt this as you need it. Report to be supplied on the niche in the following way, so I want the name of the niche, each article's title plus the word count, the 5 sites used in the research as a minimum, the date each article was written, summary report telling us what the overall content of all the articles was about. Now this is important, and the other nice thing about doing it this way is what I said to you about planning your project. What I've decided here is I've already started to piece together parts of the way my project will work. I'm asking for unique content. I've asked for 2 niches, which means I'm going to make 2 books. I'm going to have an upsell when I do my special offer. When I do my Warrior special offer, I'm going to have an upsell here because I'm having 2 products made and I'm going to sell one, and on the back end I'm going to then sell them another. I've also asked for a report to be written about the niche, like a summary report of the articles they've written, so I could use that by tweaking it as my free giveaway report, so it saves me a bit of work there that I've included in by doing it this way. So I've gone through asking what I wanted. I've said the report should be around 300 to 400 words and summarize the subject material contained in the niche. So they've pretty much written the free giveaway report for me. I just need to tweak it and make it better for my market. A statement just to say that they've researched and written the articles and they've not outsourced it. Confirmation that all copyright passes to us and that you'll not rent, sell or share the written articles to any other third party ever. So they're not allowed to resell that content. It's ours, we own it. The content is unique to us, etc. If we run it through Copyscape, now this is where I've set up conditions to say to freelancers, look, I'm setting boundaries here and I'm managing my freelancers, which is something that you really want to make sure that you're doing. You want to manage their time in their bids and manage their expectations. So what I've done here, as I said, if we run it through Copyscape and one article is written already, so we find it's a duplicate, we'll pass it back to you to do it again. Just to let you know, we have checked. If we get 2 articles in our pack to find, I've put 2 found in the 100 here, it actually should be 40, so please feel free to edit that. So if we find 2 articles, then you'll forfeit any payment for the work submitted. So what I'm saying is there's going to be a penalty here, that if you give me the work and we read through it and we find 2 that have been blatantly copied, we're not going to pay you for the project. It's going to be up to you to start again from scratch. So that's quite a serious ticking off we're going to give them here. And then we've said if we get 3 articles or more, we're just never going to work with you again. So not only are we not going to pay you for the project because you failed and not done what we've asked, we're also not going to work with you again. Now, you don't have to be this strict if you want to. It's just from my previous experience of getting articles written, I want to set structural boundaries that we all know we're going to work to. So I find this to be useful. It's entirely up to you. I then state my delivery schedule. So again, managing the expectations. Now I've said 5 days if you saw on my spreadsheet earlier on, but when I wrote this particular project, I've put minimum requirement is 2 niches, 40 articles within 10 days. If you can do better than this, please say so in your bid. Payment terms, which are non-negotiable, are that after the first 20 articles are received and checked, we'll pay you $20. And then once the other 20 are received and checked, we'll give you the final payment in full. Whatever they've bid, we'll pay them the difference. Experienced bidders are welcome, but please provide at least 5 article samples that you've written before so we can see what your work's like. If you've got no experience, then we're not going to strike you off and say we're not willing to use you. But what we ask you to do is to write a short 300+ word article using one of the subjects we've listed below. You can choose which one. So I've just listed a few subjects, and again, you can choose what you do here. It's entirely up to you. I've just done this. I'd recommend that you change these, otherwise some of these freelancers might start thinking, well, they'll just submit different articles to you that they've written for me in the past because they're using the same. So I would change these titles, but go through and pick some varying topics on niches that you're happy to give people and say, give me a sample within this niche so we can see the quality of your writing. And then you'll be measuring people on their capability, not just their rating inside the forum that they're bidding on. I've also said that in your bid, please include the following. In other words, leave this out and will not consider you. It stops having robot bids where people just have auto software that automatically sticks in a bid every time there's a project come through. I actually want them to write their real name, their country of residence, their first language, their bid price for the whole work, if they'll be able to do more every month or not, how long it will take them to complete, if they can do more than 2 niches per month, if so, how many, their agreement to the full terms, and also a little note about why we should pick them. Any questions, please use the private messaging inside the forum. So it gives them a very structured, this is what I want from you, this is what I expect from you, this is the time frames, and then encourages people to start bidding. And then of course people will start bidding on my project and I can choose it from there. And once I get that, I might find that a lot of people come back and say they can deliver within 5 days. And then that's why in my project, I've changed my timescale to 5 days. Maybe I had it at 10 originally. But again, this is going to be a working document that you can use to manage the expectations and your freelancers, and also manage yourself and your time as well. So as you now go through, you've started to work on the project side you need to, and you've started giving the freelancers or the outsourcers or the mini site designers, whatever it is you're doing, you've started to set the time with them as well. And this becomes your project management sheet. You can put notes in here. So as you come across different, perhaps article writers, you might have some that catch your eye. You could note them in here for future reference. Use this as a working tool to help you manage your whole project. And before you know it, you'll be pulling everything together and starting to put it all up, ready to promote and go.